I used to live there.
Really?
Yes, and it had a post office and a school and a store, but of course the store is closed, the post office closed, and the school is closed. And what we were trying to do was get a community hall, but that didn't happen either. And now it's just a deserted place. Nothing really happens there.
We're doing a project working to take all people's ideas and then to put them into something positive, and it's breaking down those barriers. We were especially thinking of young and old, how we can get people to mix better or to understand each other better, to look at funding in the future, but also to make sure these ideas go to the right people so that they can make change if they can.
Get a community hall. It would help Tilling Green to organise things in the actual Tilling Green estate. We can organise tea dances for those people that can actually get a mate, not only us that can sit a mate, but they can listen to the music as we can.
We could have a whist drive.
You could get a youth club or something going out there for the teenagers.
Yeah.
Have you noticed the difference in the estate since the school's closed? It seems to be quieter.
Yes, I have noticed, and you know, it's because there's no children here, isn't it? No, they're not in the school and they're not in the playgrounds. It's just so quiet, you know. It's just as if we haven't got any children around at all. You know, there was a time when you could hear them. You could hear them in the playgrounds, and you miss that. It's the sounds that sort of became normal for you to hear every day.
Of course, the other thing I noticed is this empty boarded up building, it's been very respectfully treated. Nobody's been in there and damaged the building. There's no graffiti. It's quite astronomical to think that building's actually costing money to keep it as it is,
right,
completely redundant and unused, and that's a great shame, and that is a real shame, and it shouldn't be.
And it was really upsetting to see it go, because it was like one of the main part of this, like what makes Tilling Green.
It would be nice to have like a youth club or something, parties or youth club or just different things, maybe coffee mornings.
Yeah. Coffee mornings where you can buy a cup of tea and a biscuit and sit down for a good hour and have a chinwag about what's going on around you in your community.
What do you think?
We do need a community centre here bad, so that everybody can get and mix in, because nobody really knows anybody else on this estate apart from you. Next door neighbours.
Gets young and old people together who don't know each other from Adam, but they get to talk, have coffee, get to know each other and not be scared of each other whilst walking down the street.
Yes, there are quite a number of people on the estate though who are lonely, and you know, it's difficult to encourage them to actually go far, but you know, if there was a place nearer where they could just go, if it's just up the road, you know, often people might think that they might just be able to do that, and particularly perhaps if they could meet some of their friends from the estate that they don't normally know. And I know several ladies who just don't go out anywhere, and they do just look at their four walls day after day, and of course the television, but they don't have much conversation with anybody. Because I'm aware of my neighbour, sometimes I know that he really does struggle with looking after his wife, and because most of the time he's there with her on his own, and he just likes people to pop in and see him, for him to talk to as well. So, you know, there's the carer as well as the cared for that we need to consider.
I mean, it's not healthy to be on your own, indoors, with no contact with other people, and not doing anything positive. And there's lots of people, lots of agencies, lots of organisations out there are only too willing to get involved and to get local people involved and bring them together and do some really quite exciting, positive things.
Tilling Green has had a central focus of Tilling Green School, and we at the church have been working for some time now within that school setting to assist in having some services and some organised activity, more recently the craft events in the Tilling Green School. But sadly, now that the school has shut, that has meant that we have no central focus.
Hello then, I'm Jim Hollands, I'm the editor of Rhizome magazine. I was born on, or close to the estate, and I was brought up on the estate there, but I remember it being built, so I do know about it. We lived at number 2 Mason Road, which was the first house on the estate, and when I moved there was just a few houses down Marley Road and up Mason Road. So what Tilling Green really needs now is a proper community centre. There's 1,500 or possibly as many as 2,000 people live on the estate, which is probably almost 2/3 of the Ryes population. So they do need something there. The old people have a job to get up to the town, they've lost their post office now, nothing goes on over at the estate, there's 2 little shops and that's it. So things need to be done. But the Tilling Green School is a very fine building, nothing wrong with it at all. So why don't we use that one as the community centre? It's got a proper hall with a stage, it's got all the facilities that you could need there, room for a canteen, everything you can think of there. Separate classrooms for different things that go on, lots of activity could go there, and it's ready and waiting. It's all boarded up. So this is an opportunity that shouldn't be missed.
But it's because we don't understand one another as families anymore. I think that's true.
Be it known this day, the residents of Tilling Green meet to discuss a community centre for this estate, and may God save England, this ancient town of Rye.